Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe.
Boom! Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, man. You can hear the doggone sneakers, man. You can hear the sneakers, man, squeaking all over the floor because we got guys in here doing suicides. Yeah, we stay working because we got one of the hardest working, man, basketball coaches in America. Matter of fact, he's one of the best basketball coaches in the nation. Yeah, I said it here in the nation. You got a problem with it? Come see me at 7510 Garners Ferry Road. I said it. Okay, I stand on it, man. It's my God, man, Joshua Staley in the building. Okay, basketball coach, head basketball coach for AC Flora High School, man. Salute to those flying Falcons out there, man. You know, I couldn't stand y'all in high school. Okay, I hated y'all guts in high school. Y'all know why, but we got, you know what I'm saying, you hired my guy, man. It's one of the best decisions you ever made in life, AC Flora. I said it, all right? So listen, we're gonna get to know this guy right here, man. He's one of the best basketball minds there is, and he's my frat brother. Yes, don't get mad, all right? All right, there we go, man. But before we get to this guy right here, let's pay two quick bills, all right? Two real quick bills, all right? Listen, man, you gotta pay bills out here in these streets. All right. Number one, if God woke you up this morning, give him all the praise. He is worthy to be praised. I promise you. Doesn't matter what you're going through right now, God has the answer. But I'm telling you, you gotta go talk to him. You gotta get on your knees, man. You gotta find a way. You know what I'm saying? Build that relationship with him. Have faith. He may not come when you want him to come, but I guarantee big dog gonna come on time, I promise you. But you gotta go talk to him, all right? Number two, you hear the music playing in the background? Huh? You hear it because you know you at the Groove. Yes, you are at the Groove Smoothie and Juice Bar, located on 7510 Garners Ferry Road, man. Come by, stop by, and come holler at us, man. We are black owned. Yes, come by and get you a smoothie, man. Put the soda down. All right, and put the Crown of Coke down. Come get you a smoothie, man. Live healthy out here in these streets, man. I'm telling you, health is wealth, man. You're not gonna be young forever, so you might as well start taking care of your body right now and come vibe to some good songs, man. You wanna cut a rug, wanna dance? Maybe I'll dance with you if I'm here. I promise you. Come by, check us out. All right, now stand up on your feet and give my guy a huge round of applause, man. The best coach in the nation. I said it. Yes, best coach in the nation, man, brother. Thank you so much, you know what I'm saying? So much, man, for stopping by the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Many of you know that I'm a huge basketball fan, okay? That's why this is so near and dear to my heart, because I love basketball. Pause for a second. You Clipper fans,
oh man,
you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh man.
Clipper Nation, don't say nothing else till next year.
It's big time upset. Is it really a Clipper Nation though? Like I don't.
Is it really a Clipper
It's tough
Nation?
because like you didn't hear about a lot of Clipper fans until Kawhi and PG went there.
Right.
So I mean I know it's some diehard Clipper fans out in California, you know, especially Southern California, but
right.
I don't really know about much of a Clipper Nation. Laker Nation, yeah.
Laker Nation is
I know some bandwagoners were excited, but
yeah.
Shout out to those Clipper fans that's been Clipper fans since day one.
Loyal.
Y'all had a great run. I mean, it's
just
y'all got to figure out a way to get beyond that second round.
Choke job.
Never been in the conference finals before, so y'all got to figure out a way.
That was a choke job last night, gentlemen. Lose by 20?
Yeah.
That's a choke job.
I knew they were in trouble when they let the Nuggets tie it up.
Listen,
I knew they were in trouble.
Murray, you the guy.
It's tough.
You're a guy.
Jokic not too
no
slouch.
That whole little five right there is okay though.
Yeah, they got a tough five. I like Jokic. I like
Porter Jr.
Yeah, he do well too. He coming.
Got to learn a little bit with the media side.
Yeah, and he got to start playing some defense.
He got to play D.
Got to
play D, man.
They got a good young group. They got a real good core. And
I
think they got something to look forward to in the future.
Oh man. So, Coach, man, for those who may not know, Coach, where are you actually from?
All right, so I'm originally from Washington, D.C. That's where I was born. But you know how these people want to be from the North forever. I'm really from the South also. So I finished up high school at Hunter Canard Tyler, small high school.
HKT.
Yeah, out in the country in Orangeburg County. So that's where my family is. That's home to me. Nothing but love for it. And obviously I graduated from South Carolina State University, one of the best HBCUs out there. And you know, here I am today, you know.
Let me ask you, Coach, why South Carolina State?
You know, it was crazy. So I always thought I was gonna go back home and go to Howard or so forth, but I went on that campus. My older sister went there, and
family,
you know, and I had an academic scholarship at the time, so it was free. So there was no reason to fight the vibe, right?
Yeah. Don't give me the money,
right.
So while you was there, man, you know, did you already know going to South Carolina State that you wanted to be a basketball coach?
Well, I did, so it was crazy. So originally coming out of high school, I didn't have a ton of offers. So I had some junior college offers, but my mom was like, hey, you're not, and I don't think she really knew much about sports, but you had to listen to mama. She said, you're not going to junior college to play basketball when you got an academic scholarship to go here. So my intentions were to walk on at South Carolina State, and I was doing the practices and stuff, and long story short, that didn't work out. So I literally started coaching while I was in undergrad at South Carolina State. And
intramurals?
No, I started with a high school. I started back home with high school with Eric Samuel at HKT.
Sam.
Yeah,
Salute.
So he gave me a chance. Eric Samuel gave me my first chance, and it's been blessings ever since, man. I've had an opportunity to establish relationships with a lot of good people. So it's been good. It's been good.
But listen, Coach, man, a lot of you may know, you know, this legendary coaching, man, from when he was at OW. Coaching the girls, man, championship level. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I'm being real transparent. You know, I really didn't know dog like that, okay? But everybody was like, yo, you seen those W girls? Man, Coach got them girls right. Like, we don't want to play OW. Nobody wanted to play OW. Like, they were like the doggone, man, Chicago Bulls around Orangeburg. Like, with, you know what I'm saying? You know, with Jordan, that is, okay? Nobody wanted to play these guys. So I come, you know what I'm saying, one day, I'm saying, I mean, you know, I'm coming to see these girls myself, okay? I'm coming. Walk in the gym, yo, it was a beautiful thing, man. Nothing but discipline, nothing but hard work, man. From the time that the ball went in the air, man, game on, man. Like, listen, that was basketball. And see, you know, so where I grew up at, you know, some people didn't take girl basketball, you know, let's say serious. You know what I'm saying? But down there, you got those girls to commit. You know, like, they were better than dudes.
Well, you know, it was so much tradition already established at OW. You know, most coaches, most humble coaches let you know, I don't care how great of a coach you are, you gotta have great players.
Gotta have great players.
So they bought in, and it was so much tradition established by the coaches before me. You know, Coach Pellman, he was there, he did such a tremendous job. And you know, so the tradition was established, and I was able to just go in there and follow suit and keep the kids working. And to this day, you know, I still love that community.
They love you.
I still work out with a lot of the kids from that community, so it's nothing but love. And obviously the girls, you know, we still all have a good relationship. Some of them are pros now, some of them are professionals. Some of them are, you know, got their own businesses. So it's just good to see, you know, the things that you try to instill in them that their parents.
The seeds you planted.
That their parents are teaching them coming fruition. So that was a blessing.
Man, let me tell you. So you won your first championship when?
Actually, 2014.
Okay.
That was with AC Flora.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
But you went like.
Yeah, I was on the Buffalo Bills
several
schedule.
times.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills, right? So I literally did not. I was 0-5 before I won my first state championship. Yeah. So that was a lot, and that's what I tell people, especially a lot of young coaches, because like you gotta persevere, right? You gotta see it through. Like how bad do you really want it? And I remember after losing that 5th state championship, it was like, man. You know, I was in the shower. I was like, is this really for us? And then it was crazy. That next year we went back and we won it. So you just gotta keep fighting and always focus on the bigger picture, man. When you focus on the bigger picture, and which is relationships, which is establishing that using that time you have with young people and the dudes and the men and the women you coach with. When you establish those relationships and use that time wisely, it's all worth it, win or lose. Win or lose.
Right. You know, let me ask you, man, from that 4th one you lost, did you want to give up?
You know, giving up never crossed my mind. Good. I just like had a I coach with a sense of urgency at all times. Someone call it paranoid, and I'm like, man, are we gonna be able to get back here again? So we got right back to work. So I definitely didn't want to give up, but I also didn't want to take it for granted being able to compete and coach at a championship level. So you want to take advantage of the opportunities that you get. So we just kept digging and kept fighting.
So let me ask you this: when did you know that it was time to make a transition?
To the boys, on the boys' side? You know, it was crazy. It was more of like a move for my family. It wasn't like, it's still the same, because I still coach some girls travel ball. So I'm a strong advocate of women's sports, especially basketball, obviously, because that's my baby. But you know, it just kind of happened. You know, AC Flora came open. I kind of wanted to take my sons into an environment where they can be exposed to a little bit more. And you know, that was the job we took, and we eventually transitioned up here to Columbia. But you know, it wasn't really a thing of looking to do boys. It was just, it just happened. Yeah, it just happened.
That Florida community, man, is a great community, a phenomenal community, a very, you know, let's say, supportive community. And, you know, they had history, you know, prior to you coming. So when you came, man, how were you received?
You know, that I was received with welcome arms. You know, like I said, that community, that's kind of what, you know, separates Flora from a lot. You know, it's so community driven. It's so community strong. It is. So like, I never had to ask for anything. I never had to search for anything. It was the people were willing to support. The kids were willing to work hard, and it was all love. So I'm low key kind of spoiled with our community. I'm not gonna lie. Going somewhere else would be tough. Strictly for the community, man. Like I mean, you get in the building, you coaching, but that community, man, they make it hard to leave. Real good people.
So, you know, one thing I know, man, is that they have some crazy fans up there in Florida, man. Some crazy loyal fans. That first year, did it take you a while to kind of get adjusted to the environment?
Well, you know, it was crazy because the environment at Orangeburg Wilkinson was really, really great, right? So it was hard to win if you were an outside team. Like in my 8 years at OW, I'm not exaggerating, 8 years, we might have lost only like 4 home games. You know, so because it was hard to come up, and I can kind of remember all of them in my head. We might only lost 4 home games because it was really hard to come up in there and win. So I understood the environment, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that floor environment, that's kind of like a notch up. Because like, you know, with the student section, how hard they cheer, and they're really engaged in the game. You know, it's not like there to show my outfit and like, yo, we cheering, we going crazy. And honestly, that's why we were able to make that deep run last year, man. The fans was just there. And it was crazy, man.
Awesome run last year. Now you mentioned that first year you came on shore. And then the previous year you came back and won it all. When that clock hit 4 zeros, man, what went through your mind, man?
Honestly, it was more humbling than anything. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I finally got it. I was really focused on the journey it took to get there, right? Because that was most important. And that's what I wanted the young people that I was coaching to understand, man. Like, look, this is great and this is really for y'all. As a coach, I never make it about myself, you know, so use what I went through to get to this point and use that for the rest of your life. But that's what I really was focused on. It was kind of a relief. It felt like a monkey was off my back, something like a gorilla. It wasn't even a monkey, it was a gorilla. It was big, but I just was so like appreciative, like, you know, okay, we got through this journey. I was happy to do it with the people that were there, and we was able to share it. And you know, and as soon as that one was over, it was time to start getting ready for next year.
It's time to go back to work. Time to go back to work, man. You've had, you know, man, some incredible games, man. Some incredible games. What's a game that kind of sticks out to you, man? That you know, like when you was coaching for Flora, that because you guys, man, you've had some crazy matchups with Wilson High School. Shoot, man, Lower Ridgeline High School.
It's been crazy.
What's one of those rivalries that you just love to, you know, go against, bro?
Well, you know, having the opportunity to compete, so obviously we love to compete against everyone, man. It was crazy. So I think one of those games that like just stick out was that 2015 15 conference game against Lower Richland. Alex Caldwell was a freshman. It was at Flora. It was back and forth. They tied the game up literally with like 3 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And we took the ball out, and James Murray Boyles hit a full court shot to win the game, and that was pandemonium.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. that game was nuts. So that was probably one of the most memorable games. And you know, we had some, and obviously at OW we had so many battles, but that North Augusta game, we was on the other end. It was crazy. North Augusta girls,
I remember that.
they hit a half court shot to beat us as time expired.
So
it was like, it's like, so you know what it said, like they say, the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. So you gotta you just gotta really appreciate all of it. And I think when you appreciate all of it and you learn from all of it, you get peace, and ultimately that leads to joy.
Yeah.
So it's been fun.
Now, as we know, man, that you can't do it by yourself out here.
You can't.
And so your surrounding cast, man, matters, man. And you have some loyal coaches, man. By your side, man. My guy Zimmerman, you know what I'm saying, Kenny Hunter, all those guys, man. How important is it to have guys by your side that you trust, man?
Listen, bro, as a coach, as a head coach, you're only as good as your assistants, right? Like, you got to be able to turn your head and look this way and focus on this and not worry about what's going on over here, because you know your assistants got it. You got to be able to miss a practice because you got to handle some administrative duties, and you got to know your assistants got it. So I've been spoiled. When I was at OW, I had Correll Johnson and Craig Frierson, and, you know, and Janelle. And so I've been spoiled with great assistants. I've always had great coaches at my side, and then now I'm here at Flora. You just named them, Thurm and Kenny and my little brother Dave and Coach Stevens and Reggie. So it's like, and they're so loyal and they're only focused on what's best for the program. And the beautiful part of it is the kids achieve success from that.
They do.
You know, and like you said, you know, the guys graduate. I've been blessed to have a 99.9% graduation rate, and the kids go to college. You know, a lot of coaches say it's not their job to get kids ready for college. Well, I take that kind of personal. I want my kids, if you have a passion to go play college basketball and you want to put the work in, I take it personal. I want to help you get there. And we've been blessed to have a lot of kids sign over the years I've been coaching. So
you just had a kid to sign with South Carolina.
Yep, Patrick. Patrick is at South Carolina now. And again, when Patrick played as a freshman on varsity and might have played 4 minutes the whole season. And I had him explain that to the young kids, because most people struggle with wanting the success right now. You're not going to be successful right now unless you go out and luckily hit the lottery, right? And if you don't know how to handle money, you're going to lose all that money. So Patrick and I have him talk to the young kids all the time. You know, he didn't play much as a freshman. He smelled the floor as a sophomore. He started starting as a junior. Didn't even start the whole season then. Committed to South Carolina. He's one of the best players in the country. But I will say this, though. He followed the plan. His parents were unbelievable. No emails, no meetings, no why my kid's not playing, no threats to transfer. They just bought in, and now not only is he going to school for free, heck, he getting something me and you didn't get. He's getting a cost of attendance check. You know what I'm saying? He getting a cost of attendance check, get meals anytime he want, and he's playing in the SEC. So, but Pat's story was just that. It was a long process. It took us like 6 years to get him there. We started working when he was in middle school, and he never stopped. And I'm excited. I think he has a chance to continue to play.
He's receiving the fruits of his labor.
Yes, and it's been a blessing. You got it. And that's one thing I would say to a lot of young players. It's a process. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's a process. But do you really know what process means? It takes a lot.
It does.
Like, it takes the good days, the bad days, them days you really don't want to go, and you got to lump them all together just to get to where you want to be. And most people don't want to do that because parents don't want to see their kids fail, and kids are fearful of failure, which is fine. But it's our jobs as adults to teach them it's okay to be afraid, but that can't stop you from doing what you need to do.
Facts. And you spoke on something just now, man. Just, you know, so say, you know, we have some young coaches out there who are they're aspiring to, you know, be head coaches one day. And we know something that comes with that is, you know, backlash. How do you tell those young coaches how to handle, let's say, disgruntled parents? that's trying to live vicariously through their
kids, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Man.
Well, communication is everything. You got to communicate with your parents, and sometimes it's gonna be rough, and you got to embrace that as a head coach. But you got to set your standards, set your expectations. Let parents know when they cannot talk to you, and let them know your plan. Now, if you got your house in order and you're structured, it's not gonna be a whole lot they can say other than get mad and take their kid. But if you're all over the place, you're not organized, they're gonna have reason to pick at you. Like with me, and I meet with my parents every year. Look, we take attendance at every workout. We watching grades literally twice a week, every week. And we're watching behavior and how your kids act every day. And all of this is being documented.
Wow.
So if your kid had a streak of where they only came to 8 workouts out of 20, how do you expect them to get a lot of playing time? How do you expect them to get better? So, and it's crazy, the ones that are always consistent are the ones that thrive. And I'm talking about, they gotta check all boxes. Behavior, grades, work ethic, and production. Because you could say I could put in all the work, but if you're not producing at the end of the day, it's something else we gotta figure out. So you just gotta have your house in order, man. Be confident in what you're trying to do, trust what you're trying to do, and do right by people. Because when you do right by people as a coach, parents gonna feel that, even if they're crazy, even if they are disgruntled, they know you're trying your best to do right by their kid. But when you put people first, things usually fall in line for you.
Let me ask you this though, how do you handle your players, dealing with social media?
You just gotta educate them on it, bro. And then sometimes you gotta check them on it. I've sent some texts to players several times, hey man, take that down. Okay. Or reword that. Right. That's not a good look. Right. But you gotta talk to them often, and you gotta talk to them early and just let them know, look, these are things, especially if you're trying to go play college, because college coaches are looking at that all, man. Right. They're looking at it all the time. They're looking at every little thing. So you gotta constantly educate your kids and be patient, because a lot of my peers struggle with that. They aren't patient. Like kids, I assume kids know nothing. They come in with a blank slate. So you gotta teach them everything and assume they know nothing. And then you can raise and just hold them to a very, very high expectation at all times. And believe it or not, they'll meet them.
Oh man, that's awesome, man, because we have so many kids, man, losing scholarships, man.
Yeah.
Just, man, listen, man, these are some great kids that make mistakes, but however, kids, you have to govern yourself accordingly, because these college coaches are watching every move, because you can possibly, represent their university. Okay?
Exactly.
So it's so important, man, that you govern yourself accordingly. I'm telling you, man.
And I ask my kids all the time, would you give yourself a scholarship? And if you can't answer that quickly with a yes, we got some things we need to work on. So and I like I said, you gotta hold your kids to a high expectation, because they're gonna hold you to an expectation. And I tell them, I say, look, I don't have no problem with y'all holding me to a high expectation, but don't hold me to an expectation higher than you hold yourself. So if you want me to be ready to go and prepare y'all every day, y'all better be ready to go to get prepared every day. And and just communicate with the parents, because believe it or not, sometimes parents don't even monitor the social media. So let them know, look, man, monitor it. Yeah, they gonna wiggle, they gonna fight. But one thing I do believe, most people are like, oh, you can't shelter your kids. Well, in today's society, you have to.
You got to.
You have to shelter your kids, because when I was growing up, there was no social media. So I never had a conversation with someone from California or Idaho or Memphis for the heck of it. Hey, yo, bro, I like the way you play. So we were homegrown. It was close. These kids are exposed all over the world. They might be talking to a kid from London. So you have to shelter them and monitor them and guide them through the process, because it's just so much they're exposed to, and it's okay. They're going to be uncomfortable, but Lord knows they will thank you later. They will thank you later.
I have, so I have some mentees, man, who play for different coaches around the area, man, around South Carolina, man. And some of these, some of these players, man, they have a false reality of their talent sometimes. How can you get through to a kid who's mad that he's not being recruited by Duke when he's playing when he's not putting in that work?
I mean, it's just all about honesty, right? So you got a lot of people are afraid to tell kids the raw truth.
Right.
You know, my wife get on me, but sometimes like, oh man, you didn't have to say it like that. Well, no, they needed to hear it right away. Yeah. But you got to be honest with kids. You got to give them the proper exposure because you're not putting in the work. You want to play in the ACC, but you got a rec league work ethic.
Right.
You know, you can't want to say I want to be in the SEC, but you literally only work on your game once or twice a month.
Right.
So, you know, you got to expose them to that, man, and they have to see what those type of players look like. Because, you know, when they look at it on TV, it ain't real. When they see it on social media, they like, oh, whatever. Yeah. When they go up against it and they see, it's different. Yeah. So you always want to play a tough schedule and you want to keep them around other high level players so they can see, man, look, okay, I'm not as good as I need to be. Right. Just be honest with them early. Because going to school, like, it's hard to play college basketball. I don't care if you're playing Division III, NAIA, or the highest level of D1. Right. Them dudes are good. They good. Ja Morant went mid-major. They good. He just got Rookie of the Year. And good. You know, they're good. Like I know a bunch of Division II dudes that will give you the business right now.
That's what I'm saying, like, because a lot of my little kids, a lot of my mentees, man, and then they know who they are. A lot of my mentees, y'all talk trash about going to HBCUs, right? Going to Division II. Oh man, anybody going? I ain't going there. Dog, you ever played against those guys?
You know what? They just don't get it.
I'm
Right?
telling you,
they just
man,
don't get it because you know why? The hell with playing. Let's throw playing against the guys away, right? Okay. Make it through a preseason. Make it through a college preseason. Make it through that first day of college conditioning. Right. You ain't even worried about the dudes you got to play against no more. You worried about if I'm going to be alive when this workout is over. So they have no idea. Worry about weights at 5 in the morning.
There you go.
Then you got hurry up, wash, eat breakfast at 7 and class at 8. Right. You know, worry about those things. And that's not to say you might have practice 6 o'clock that evening. Right. So they just not properly exposed, but you gotta really take your time and teach kids. You gotta really take your time and explain to them. Too. Yeah, because as crazy as they may sound, they'll understand eventually if you keep teaching it to them, but they have to be exposed. A lot of kids just don't get it, man. It's just hard it's hard playing at the next level. So it's extremely tough. Yeah, you can't say, oh, I gotta go D1. Good, let that be your expectation. Set your expectations high. Do not set them low. Right. You want to go to the NBA, you got to work towards that. Right. But you also got to be realistic with yourself and understand, okay, this is where I am right here. Right. Now I got to work a little bit harder to get there. So facts. It's tough.
That's good information right there, Coach. Man, that's good information. Coach, you got a lot of titles, man. You know, a coach, man, teacher, you know, mentor, but you know, one of your best titles is dad, right? That's probably your best title, right? Right. Is that. Now, I watch those videos, you know what I mean, of your son getting to the little 1-2s, right? Right. My first question about your kids, man, is do you want to coach your sons?
You know, if they keep the attitudes they have now, yeah, I would love to. Okay. You know, because they're good dudes, they're good kids, they respect their mama, they take care of their mama. That's good. For the most part, if they're doing their chores. So it seems like some kids I wouldn't mind coaching, you know. So yeah, they're good dudes.
That's good. That's good. Because you know how it is, man. You know how some coaches, man, you know, it's hard to separate dad from coach.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I have a lot of good friends, good brothers, man. They say it, they're like, yo, Josh, I can't coach him. I got to give him off to someone else, or you know. And a lot of times, man, it's because those kids can't really distinguish between the two. Right. Now, my middle son too, they do a good job. Like when I coach them, like I just coached my oldest son-in-law 12U tournament the other weekend, and I'm just coach. Right. You know, I don't think he ever called me dad during the game before. Wow. You know, it's just coach and he's dialed in. Heck, most games he might not even start. You know, it's no attitude, it's that, because I want him to learn now. Do whatever it takes for your team to win. Right. Do whatever it takes. Sometimes you're gonna score, sometimes you're gonna get rebound, but every night you should be competing and doing what it takes for your team to win. Right. So it's just, you just gotta teach your kids, because there's a lot of good dudes out there that are great coaches, right? That have kids. That play. So I think it's almost a rite of passage. I'm gonna tell you, a coach from North Carolina, Coach Heath, man, I watch how she coached her daughter. You know, her daughter, I don't know where she is now. Her daughter was an assistant at Baylor a couple of years ago. And, you know, and I used to talk to her a lot. That's something I did as a young coach. I talked to older coaches and more experienced coaches all the time. The Dorothy Fortunes, Coach Eva, like I just told you about, Debbie Stroman, Angela, like I just talk to coaches all the time. Right. And one thing I learned from Eva, you know, that, you know, she coached her daughter. Right. And she just coached her. She didn't get caught up in the emotional part. We can be emotional at the house. Right. You know, right now we just got business to take care of. So my sons do a good job of distinguishing that. Every now and then I got to tighten my middle son Jason up, but you know, he get that from his mama.
Yeah, it is what it is. So let me ask you this, man, because you know, how do they handle the pressure of being your son?
Well, you know, it was crazy. I just didn't put any pressure on them. I did tell them early on, I said, now listen now, it's gonna be a different expectation when you're a coach's kid. Right. I said, dudes are gonna come at you harder.
It's like a pastor's kid.
Fans are gonna expect you to be better. And so I said, but only thing you can control is how hard you work. Facts. Don't worry about nothing else. And they've been able to embrace that, man, and it's worked out well for them. I refuse to put pressure on them, you know, but I told them, if you're gonna play, I'm not gonna treat you like my kid. I'm gonna treat you like anybody else that I coach, you know, and I'm not gonna give you any favors when I coach you and you're playing with other kids. Is you gonna be held to the same expectation, man. So, you know, I coach them hard, and I guess I need to reverse that. Every kid I do coach, I coach them like they're my child. I'm gonna take that back because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna hold my kid accountable. I'm not gonna let them get away with nothing. If we say put both toes on the line, both toes need to be on the line. If we say touch the line, I know you said suicide, but we can't say suicide no more.
You can't say suicide no more?
Yeah, no more. We call them pro sets in our practice. So if you gotta touch that line on that pro set, or that 5 and 25, or that 10 and 55, you gonna touch the line every time, because that's how I'm gonna hold my, so I am gonna coach you like you are my child. And I coach every kid like they're my child. I'm not gonna let them get away with anything, because I love you. When you love people, you hold them accountable. You hold them accountable. And so yeah, but they embrace it, man. It's been a blessing. It's crazy because due to this pandemic, we spend a lot of time together, extra time that I was like, okay, I'm not spending as much time as I thought I was with my kids. So that's why we started making the videos to help other people out at the house. So
listen, y'all, those videos are dope, man. Follow my guy, man, on social media, man. I'm telling you, listen, man, when we get to the end, okay, man, Coach is gonna give his social media platform. I promise you. Listen, young coaches, young dads, man, young mothers, it doesn't matter. Make sure that your sons are tuning in, because you can gain some good tips from those videos, man. All right, listen, man, you ain't learning, you ain't playing. Okay, you got to study the game, man. Each day, listen. My coach, man, Coach Tim Gates, man. He told me each day you should be working on getting better. Each and every single day of the week, you should be trying to get better at something, okay? So listen, man, watching those videos, man, I promise you, you are doing your due diligence. I promise you, all right? So yeah, man, so Coach, man, you know, before we actually wrap this thing up, man, one of the questions that I have for you, right? No time soon, Flora. No time soon, but do you see, like, within the far future, man, you may be going to the, you know what I'm saying, collegiate level, coach?
That has to be the expectation. Got you. And I tell my assistant coaches that your expectation has to be to become a head coach one day. My expectation has to be to become a college coach one day, or take it to another level some way, shape, or form. Because if not, the people that you're leading, you aren't going to lead them at the highest level possible. Because if I'm trying to advance my career, I'm trying to get the most out of every day. Meaning I'm trying to get the most out of these people that I'm coaching, these young great ones that I'm coaching. And when you do that, you know, you just put people in a better situation. And I know when you might say, well, you're trying to advance your career, but no, I'm trying to become better because I'm trying to do right by people. Because when you become, what do you call it? When you become complacent, you're not getting the most out of the people that you're leading. So you have to. And the same thing I tell my coaches, y'all gotta try to, because if you're not trying to become a head coach, that means you're not giving me everything I have. You got. So you're not giving the kids everything you got also. So you gotta keep reaching. You gotta keep climbing. You can't stop. You can't stop.
Now you heard it here first. And I hope that you guys pulled out your notepads, man, and took notes, man, because Coach done dropped some gems on y'all today, all right? Because you heard it from one of the best coaches in the nation. Yes, Mike Tyson shirt on because we knocking haters out today. All right?
Knock them out.
We knocking haters out today, man. All right, the non-believers, we knocking you out. Okay, listen, AC Flora basketball is probably the best man situation, man. The best program, solid program there is in the state. I promise you. Check them out. They are here. They not going nowhere. I promise you, man. You go to a basketball game, you better get there early. I promise you. You might not have nowhere to sit, all right, because it's happened to me. All right, get there early, okay? Coach, man, how can they follow you on social media, Coach?
Oh man, so basically my social media tags, my Instagram and my Twitter, that's what I'm really on, other than Facebook, on my son's name. So it's Tal_Elon_Ali. I think on Instagram it might be _Pops, but if you just type in Joshua Staley and you'll see a picture of my sons, but you go, it's just Tal, Elon, Ali. Those are my son's 3 names. Yeah. You'll see it up there, man.
Well, Coach, man, we appreciate you, Coach, man, for stopping by the Vibes.
Appreciate you having me.
Man, make sure you guys go out and support. Listen, whatever school your child goes to, go out and support, all right? Listen, man, go to the games, okay? But more importantly, parents, go to those PTO meetings. Okay?
That's what's most important.
Learn about what's going on with your child, okay? Because I promise you, your child will not be playing sports if they're not putting forth the effort in the classroom, all right? So listen, we always go to the basketball games and see 1 million people in the stands, right? A PTO meetings, there's nobody there, all right? What's more important, okay? What's more important? Let's listen, man. Each one teach one, y'all. Thank y'all so much, okay? Listen, man, move to the Q's, all right? Y'all stay safe, and vote, and put your mask on, man.
Put your mask on.
Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. You say you won't shine, come get your shine on. You say you want vibes, come get your vibe on. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. Hey, you say you won't shine, we'll get your shine on. You say you want vibes, we'll get your vibe on.